Hello, everybody, and welcome back to 31 Days of Halloween on the Calvin Cam Podcast, the podcast where we talk about everything spooky and chilling. I'm Calvin.
And I'm Anthony. And today we have It, so let's get into it.
Okay, everybody, we are back again towards the end of our 31 Days of Halloween series. This is day 30. One more day.
One more day. One more day, and we're at the end, and we're Halloween, and what a journey this has been. Like I said, thank you to all the viewers that stuck with us and watched this whole series, because it was really challenging to make. You know, I'm glad it's at the end, and we'll probably do this series next year, so I'll just have to buckle up all that rest for next year's editing process. But
by then we're gonna be gold. Okay?
Yeah, we're gonna be gold in a new studio. We'll be in a new studio too. So
yeah, thank you all for your support. This has been just incredible. It's been a great ride, and I really love doing this so much. So before we get into today's episode, per usual, please hit that like and subscribe button. It helps us out so much, and follow us on Instagram, Twitter, etc., as well as all our audio streaming platforms. And we have our Patreon, so please join one of our Patreon tiers to support the channel. If you really like us, we really appreciate it. It's the best way to support us, so thank you so much. Let's get into it. Day 30, we're talking about It Chapter 1. Specifically number 1, Anthony hasn't seen Chapter 2 yet, so we're going to focus just on the first film because we don't want to spoil anything. So
yeah, this was my first go at it, and it was a really good movie. Very well done.
Yeah, this movie is just super popular. It's well talked about, and this is definitely one that's going to live on forever, specifically this reincarnation of the It story, because obviously Stephen King's book, It, is one of his most successful books of all time, as well as the miniseries that came back in the day with Tim Curry.
Yeah, I remember seeing that a little bit back in the day, but I don't really remember it much. I have to go back and watch that.
Yeah, Tim Curry's amazing.
Yeah, Tim Curry is amazing.
So I really love this remake. I think that it's beautiful and it's well done. Before we talk about it more, I want Anthony to give us a quick description.
Give you a quick description of It. This is It, titled on screen, It, Chapter 1. It is a 2017 American supernatural horror film directed by Andy Muschietti and written by Chase Palmer, Carrie Fugina, Gary Doberman. It is the first of a two-part adaptation of the 1986 novel with the same name by Stephen King, primarily covering the first chronological half of the book. It is a film in the It film series, as well as being the second adaptation following Tommy Lee Wallace's 1990 miniseries.
Yeah.
The film stars Jaden Liberhier, Bill Sarsgaard as leading roles, with Jeremy Ray Taylor, Sophia Lillis, Finn Wolfhard, Wyatt Olef, Chosen Jacobs, Jack Dylan Grazier, Nicholas Hamilton, and Jackson Robert Scott featuring in supporting roles. The film was produced by New Line Cinema, Catsmith Productions, Lynn Pictures, and Vertigo Entertainment. Set in Derry, Maine, the film tells a story about the loser club Lieber, Ray, Taylor, Lillis, Wolfhard, Oleg, Jacobs, and Dylan Grazier, a group of 7 outcast children who are terrorized by the
Epitome.
Sorry, words are hard.
Words are hard.
Epitome being which emerges from the sewer. Skarsgård, which is It, only faces their own personal demons in the process.
Yeah, and so basically it is about a group of children who are confronting their own personal fears to overcome the monstrous Pennywise, and it is just so well done. Like, everything about the storytelling in this movie, I think that it is flawless. I really enjoyed it. I remember when this first came out, I was psyching myself up, and I I was like, oh my God, this is going to be so scary. Like, I'm so excited to see it. And we went to the theater, watched it. And, halfway through the movie, it wasn't fear. It wasn't scary that I felt like, yes, it has really great scares in it. But I felt like I just enjoyed the crap out of this movie. I was like, oh my God, this is just not so much scary as it is a awesome adventure story of these kids like battling their own fears, and then at the end battling Pennywise. Like, I just thought it was like adult Goonies. Like,
I was exactly gonna say that.
like
You
literally,
read my mind.
no, literally,
I
like
was just about to mention
like
that.
because that's the vibe you get from watching
Yeah.
this movie is like pure Goonies magic. So I really love this movie, and the costume design's great for not only the time period that it's set in, 86. So or 89, I mean.
It's 88, 89.
Yeah. So aesthetically, like, everything looks great for its time. And Pennywise, his new look compared to Tim Curry's look, this new look that Bill Skarsgård has as the character just looks really great. Like, it's really scary. It's very eerie. And what's really cool is that Bill Skarsgård actually brings a lot of his own just natural um, talents, I should say, to the character. Like Pennywise's eyeball, how it like drifts, like Bill Skarsgård can do that. So
That's cool.
So
Not to mention, he brought a lot of charisma to this character.
so much, so good.
That's what I noticed watching this film. I thought Bill Skarsgård's acting as Pennywise was really good. Like, the charisma's there, the fear factor when he tries to show the fear of the children. Like, the acting was just brilliant by Bill Skarsgård in this movie. I enjoyed it.
Another really great thing to point out is that Pennywise is a fear monster, so he feeds off of the fear of children. Every child in this movie has a fear and problem that pertains to like something in their life, especially when Pennywise is like scaring them with their own fears. For Mike, it was obviously his parents burning. Bill, obviously, it was Georgie. Losing Georgie was like his biggest fear. Beverly, her character, obviously her fear was becoming a woman, and that intertwining with her relationship with her dad, who seemed to have done some horrible things to her.
Yep.
So that's why when she's in the bathroom and the hair comes out and to scare the living crap out of these children so that they can be fearful, so that he could feed off of that fear, because that
And
is
consume their soul, it looks like, right?
Yeah, that's the only way that he can eat. I don't know if it's consumed. I don't think he consumes their soul. I think he just eats them.
He just feeds on
Yeah.
them.
So the history with it, I mean, we're gonna have to do a whole episode on it one day. But I'll give Anthony like a quick like rundown. It is a part of Stephen King's overall connected universe. I don't know if you've heard of the Dark Tower series, but that's like a book that basically connects all of Stephen King's books to, like, they all exist within each other. So
I never knew that.
yeah, so it's really cool. And so Pennywise in Stephen King lore is one of the oldest like evil entities that there is. Like, it's not even necessarily that it's quote unquote evil. It's just like it has a purpose to live and to feed. Like, so it exists and consumes off of, flesh and stuff through fear. But what's really interesting is in the movie when you see Beverly floating and she's like, I'm not afraid of you. And then he opens his like face up and you see the 3 lights in there.
Mhm.
The 3 lights are actually supposed to be its true form. And basically when you stare into it, it's so intense when you look at when you look at its true form
That
that
it like
you
hypnotizes
that
you.
you can't your human mind can't comprehend what it's saying,
Okay.
so you just shut down completely.
Okay, and
Yeah.
that explains what happened to
Yeah.
Beverly.
So,
Okay.
so yeah, that's just like I said. I'll do a whole episode later on because I love it so much, so I could talk about it forever.
No,
But
he's definitely an interesting character. I
yeah,
would love to hear this backstory of it more.
there's just so many things, and like, yeah, I'll point out. We'll watch the movie again at some point, and I'll point out everything that's like connected with the Stephen King universe. So,
Cool.
but yeah. Anyway, back to dissecting this a little bit more. The sound design is really great in this film. It's quiet when it needs to be quiet.
And it's suspenseful when it needs to be, I
And
think.
another thing that I think is really cool is jump scares land. They're not false. None of
Yeah.
them are false. None of them are misleading. They all deliver. So really love that. Really appreciate that. The chemistry between the children are amazing. Richie and Eddie are fucking hilarious.
Yeah, they are really funny.
So
I thought Richie was like my favorite character in this film. He was just super funny.
you will like him in chapter 2. The actor who plays his adult version is Bill Hader.
Oh, that's cool.
So it's obviously perfect comedian actor for it. A lot of really cool actors actually for their adult versions. But yeah, like what are some key parts about this movie that you liked?
I liked the whole setting in the house when they went to go fight Pennywise. Just the whole look and feel of that portion of the movie, the set, the sewers, his Pennywise's lair, all that stuff was really cool. I thought it just had a really good look and it kept me invested on their adventure towards getting down to his lair and defeating him. But yeah, I thought that was cool. Like that part. Second, what I really liked was, like you said, the band and brotherhood of all the children.
What'd you think of the Pennywise dance when when the circus cart opens up? No, I mean
Okay.
that's how it looks. I'm not sure exactly how they did that, but I just know that particular scene is very popular amongst the internet, and like
Yeah,
everybody
okay.
loves it, and like they laugh at
memes
it.
for it and stuff?
That's so funny. Like
It's a
everybody
memeable
loves it.
scene, huh?
I think the dance even made it into Fortnite, so like it's really it's just funny. And yeah, like I'm so happy to see this story get so much love because I mean, like, it deserves it. I think that, like I said, I love the feeling that this movie gives, the bond between these people, that it is so strong that takes all of them to get over their fears together to, prevail. I think that there's a lot more to come from it. I heard that there's eventually going to be a prequel HBO show.
Oh, cool.
It's not confirmed that Bill Skarsgård will return as Pennywise. It might be a different actor, but I think that's really cool. The beginning of Derry would be interesting to see. And there are rumors of Pennywise being a DLC character in Mortal Kombat 1.
Oh, that's cool.
He has yet to make a video game appearance, so that'll be
He
be
was
really
in
cool.
Terradrome though.
Oh
The
yeah,
the fan made game.
yeah, but yeah, like officially, I guess. So, but yeah, no, this is great. If you were to rate this movie, what would you rate it?
I would rate it 4.5.
Nice. Why?
Why? Basically, great acting, great chemistry with the children, great acting by Bill Skarsgård. The score is really good. It's builds suspense throughout the movie when Pennywise jumps in with his jump scares throughout the film. I would have to say the cinematography was good. When it needed to be at times. Other than that, yeah, that's why I would give it a 4.5.
I am gonna give this movie a 5. I love this movie so much. I think that it's just brilliant. I think that the acting is perfect. The directing is awesome. The music is great. The callbacks to the 1980s, the late 1980s are great. And I just, like I've said, reiterating again multiple times, um, the feel of this movie, like it's just so entertaining and so fun and so adventurous. It makes me feel like a kid watching it. So
Yeah, it's like an adventure horror
yeah,
film.
yeah,
You definitely represented by the Goonies. That definitely is a good representation and comparison
yeah.
in a way.
So 5 out of 5 for me for sure. Now we're gonna get into the last part of our episode. Fun facts.
You've got him this time, Calvin.
I do. Okay, here we go. Pennywise has only 4 minutes of dialogue in the entire film.
That'd probably be the beginning with Georgie.
Yeah, probably mostly the drain scene.
Yep.
Let's see. Eddie was the first one out of all of the kids to work with Bill Skarsgård, Jack Dylan Grazer. And during their scene, Grazer would cry and gag while Skarsgård was right in his face, yelling and drooling. Skarsgård was genuinely concerned for Grazer, and after the scene ended, asked him if he was okay. Grazer looked right at him and said, "Love what you're doing with the character." Skarsgård was left confused and impressed by Grazer's attitude, calling the child actor little professionals. So
That's cool.
yeah, that's really cool that that's the first scene that they ever got to shoot with him. So not knowing what he looked like before. Let's see. Some lines of dialogue were improvised by the actors. Much of the Richie and Eddie banter was improv.
Yeah, that's great.
That's great for kids. Like,
yes, it is. Even though this is not a kid-friendly movie, but it just had that vibe, man.
yeah. Bill Skarsgård wanted to make sure that his performance as Pennywise was convincing for audiences. He states, "In order for the movie to be as effective as the book and the series, I have to scare a whole generation. My take was that Pennywise functions very simply. Nothing much is going on in terms of what he's thinking. He's animalistic and instinctive."
Very nice.
So, let's see. Bill Skarsgård did research into the Psycho universe to find his own way to perform Pennywise. He got inspiration from The Shining, A Clockwork Orange, The Dark Knight, and The Silence of the Lambs.
He got some very good inspiration.
This film is the highest grossing Stephen King adaptation film to date.
Wow, that is crazy.
Fun fact that I haven't seen it on here, but it was voted number one out of all of the 50 states. It comes out more than half of the states as their top pick for a horror movie.
That is crazy.
So it grossed $123 million over its North American opening weekend. Easily a record for a horror movie and more than double that of previous record holder Paranormal Activity 3 in 2011, and also the second largest R-rated opening ever behind only Deadpool 2016. Box office analysts also estimate it would have earned 5 to 6% more if Hurricane Irma hadn't closed a significant number of theaters in Florida. So, damn you, nature.
That's a lot of money to rake in on an opening weekend.
Yeah, it is. Let's see. Despite playing the villain, the cast and crew have said that Bill Skarsgård was extremely polite and friendly between takes and made an effort to ensure his performance didn't upset any of the child actors.
That's cool.
So, really, it sounds like he was a really great guy to work with.
And he's probably a dad too.
The film's unexpected success caused by unexpected newfound interest in future Stephen King-related projects after a long period of mostly failed projects. And I got one last one for you. The Duffer Brothers originally wanted to direct the movie, but were overlooked as they were not established enough. They went on to create Stranger Things in 2016. which co-stars Finn Wolfhard, the guy who played Richie, the kid who played Richie, and pays homage to Stephen King as well. They also worked with Alexander Skarsgård, brother of Bill Skarsgård, on their debut film, Hidden, in 2015. So the Duffer Brothers are great. If you haven't seen Stranger Things, that's a show you like. That's a staple show. I feel like you have to watch it. I'm not just trying to be like, one along with the fan base of Stranger Things, because I know that has a mixed fan base, but like I think Stranger Things is incredible.
Yeah, it's got a lot of 80s callback horror things in it.
It is.
And it's got some of the more iconic 80s characters or 80s horror actors in it, like Robert Englund.
I say that it goes along with the same feeling that this movie gives you, as far as it being like Goonies. That's how I view Stranger Things, and I just watched the first 2 seasons again with my son, and he loved it. So
That's really, really cool.
It's really good stuff. So that's it for fun facts, and that's it for today's episode. Thank you for watching so much. I hope you enjoyed it. I can't wait to talk about it more in the future. And this is it.
Yeah.
1 episode left.
We got 1 episode left, and that'll be on Halloween. And man, what a great, wonderful journey. And thank you again, audience. And thank you for everyone that has subscribed. And actually, we have grown since we started this series and on our channel. And we thank everyone for that subscribed. And I hope you guys will continue to watch our content and help us grow. And
we love having you. We do. We love having you.
We really appreciate it. And I want to say much love and thank you for sticking with us.
Okay, everybody. We will catch you tomorrow on Halloween. Thank you all so much for watching the Calvin Cam podcast. You can find us on any social media platforms like Instagram or Twitter. Go check our podcast out on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or Amazon Music. We also have YouTube channel, the Calvin Cam. Go over there, hit that like and subscribe button, and follow us there. As well as you can now really support us on Patreon.com. It's probably the best place to support us. So you can go there, join one of our 3 tiers, and help us get bigger and better, and we will appreciate you every step of the way. Thank you all so much for watching. Have a good night.